Welcome to another episode of This Was a Star Wars Podcast. I'm Michael.
I'm Nicky.
And I'm Mickett.
And today we are talking about those who control the spice, control the world. That's right. The new Dune, which I just found out recently has officially signed on for Trilogy, which I think is going to be kind of crazy. It's going to be a long ass trilogy. And I think they are only planning on covering the first book still. But overall, how did everybody feel about the new Denis Villeneuve Dune?
Well, oddly enough, I've never seen the old ones to compare it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a disgrace to my 80s babiness. But I thought this was beautifully done. It was an awesome movie, an awesome watch. After finishing it, I didn't realize this was supposed to be like, I guess, the first step into something bigger. So I'm actually really stoked to see where it's going. And yeah, I totally dug it. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it was, it looked really, really great. It looked really great, but it's also going to be a long set of movies. So I don't want to like fully judge everything based on the first one, but then again, it's like a lot of movies, actually most movies have a really solid first movie. Like your first movie really sets the tone for everything. For me, it really felt a lot like, would you like to see a pretty scene? Let's wait for something. A little bit of action, more pretty desert scenes, and let's wait for something. So, but that's kind of Dune. You know, like we all saw the old one. It's, you know, Dune was a lot of desert and a lot of waiting. So we'll see how the other ones go, you know?
Yeah. The best description I heard of it is it's a slow burn for a good resolve to lead into what's coming next. And that's kind of how I felt about it too, was like, I really liked the pace of it. Like I'm all for that slow burn. And you're right, Mick. It was a lot of shots of like expanded scenes to show these beautiful spaces and these really intense moments. But it also really hit the marks of anybody who's read the book or seen the 80s one. You kind of get the feel of like, it's a slower pace because it's trying to tell the story the right way. At least to me, that's how it felt. And I love the casting in this one. I think they brought in some really strong actors. I'm a huge fan of the entire Skarsgård family. So to have Stellan Skarsgård as the Baron, like perfect fit. I've never seen Timothée Chalamet in anything else. So this is my first experience with him, and dude's a hell of an actor. Kid's got a great range, like good vibe. I like him as the main character. And, you know, it's interesting. I'm very, very curious to see how strong number 2 comes out. And I mean, we have to wait till I think 2023 for the next one, which is unfortunate, but I definitely felt like it had a great feel to it.
He was great in, what was it, the King movie? Something about being a king on Netflix? If you have a movie about him being a king, like being a super, super young king. But I'm a huge Zendaya fan, by the way. She's fantastic in pretty much everything that she does. But beyond that, I'm going to say this and then go back and watch it. I know it's going to be a long watch, but the only thing that I thought was funny about the movie was sometimes the music was random, and I felt, I don't want to say inappropriate, but it just kind of happened out of nowhere. There would be scenes where it would be like, this is just the part of the desert where all the sand is going across the wind, and like dun, 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 dun. And I was like, I don't know if that was what should have went there, but okay, let's do it. You know, like sand could be intense. Let's do this.
Well, actually, so the music's Hans Zimmer, who actually passed up doing Tenet to do Dune.
I mean, that's pretty fair. Like Tenet was really, really good. Don't get me wrong. But Dune is one of those things that like, everybody who ever even heard of the word Dune before was going to go see it for sure.
Oh yeah. And he's a huge Dune fan. Like he's read all of the books. He's done all of the research. So he was like, I'm sorry, Nolan. I know you got another hit on your hands, but go somewhere else. I'm doing Dune.
Okay, so real question. If spice was whatever a spice is in real life, what spice do you think it would be?
Ooh.
Tabasco.
Is that a spice?
Spicy.
Made from cayenne peppers.
Could it be I don't know. Would it be like cardamom or
what's cardamom?
Cardamom? It's in a lot of Indian dishes. It's spicy and sweet. It's very good.
Okay.
Would you say it's maybe?
But isn't this spice also like a hallucinogenic drug that also heals you? So maybe it might be mushrooms or LSD.
I'm gonna assume that it's always Christmas time there, and it's pumpkin spice.
Not cinnamon.
So, yeah, fall-ish. So
I'm with it. We support it.
So it actually has a name. I actually just Googled what type of spice is the spice in Dune, and it's the spice melange.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. I don't know why didn't think of that.
Yeah, but it's not a real thing, but like, I don't know. I always thought of it as like sugar cinnamon or cinnamon sugar for some reason. Probably because of the color context from the 80s version and how it's described as like reddish and like rusty but crystallized.
So then it's like paprika.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah, it's just paprika. It just goes on everything, and it's not really that important, I guess.
And I'm sure if you consume enough paprika, it would burn you to the point where you'd probably start hallucinating. Like red pepper flakes, like you were saying, Nikki.
Yeah. Or maybe some slap your mama Cajun seasoning. That works. The same kind of color. Delicious, goes on everything. Make fries so much better. Seafood.
Now
this
every
is
time
not sponsored.
And I need something like a little spicier, and be like, hey, can I get that melange?
Yeah.
Hey, a little melange on this.
Give me that spice melange.
If you're and you trip and you scrape your knee, you can put some melange on that. A little salt, man.
So how did you miss the 80s one, Nick? That's crazy.
I don't know. I just never got around to it. Just one of those things.
I watched it specifically because Sting was in it. Like
that could have been my turn off.
Oh, really? You weren't a big Sting fan?
No, it took me a while to get into respecting some Sting.
Okay. Well, the 84 version has two stalwarts of late 80s and early 90s horror, as Princess Aurelian was played by Virginia Madsen of Candyman fame.
Mm-hmm.
And Peter DeVries, who was played by David Dashamalin. I can never say his last name. The guy who played Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad. His character was played by Brad Dourif, Chucky.
Oh, whoa.
So, yeah. So those are two connections to the wonderful past season of Halloween, that are connected to the David Lynch version, which, by the way, he fucking hates it. He thinks it's terrible. David Lynch hates his version of Dune.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't know he did the Dune.
Yeah.
I really liked the technology of it. I feel like that was like a solid win. The whole nose thing. Every time I see it, I think of those things when you're a kid, they like pinch your nose so you could go swimming.
Yeah. The nose plugs.
Yeah. I wish it was cool like in Dune, but whatever.
Yeah, it means you're either going to be a synchronized swimmer or you just wanted to do flips in the water all the time.
Yeah, and I did So
Yeah, I definitely needed one of those too.
Yeah. Were you a synchronized swimmer? Is that why?
No, just water went up my nose and I was a baby about it.
Oh, okay.
I'm one of those guys that plugs their nose when they jump in a pool.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. That's something I need to experience. Like,
Nikki,
here we go. He runs all hardcore and then
Yeah, it's the wussiest thing, and it's one of those things I wish I could, but I hate that feeling of water up the nose,
okay.
or like the way they do, sand.
I like to imagine that the time that you're talking about where water went up your nose, it had nothing to do with the pool.
Oh, no. Not at all. I don't do pools.
At the kitchen table and just spilled water and you're like,
That's just how I eat soup.
Could you imagine if that if the suit, that cycle suit existed, like the zero suits or whatever, I forget what they're called, that just recycles your water back to you? Could you imagine what that would do for like circumnavigating, or not circumnavigating the globe, but like traveling across entire deserts and like open spaces, and helping you find how many lives that could potentially save in situations like that, and what else we could find in the deserts.
this is some,
insane.
like,
Yeah.
I think of like in Waterworld where he like pees in the Keurig and all of a sudden it makes water. Like, are they peeing in that too? Is it just sweat, right?
It's all water secretion. It says everything. They literally say everything, and it cycles, like it filters through and then comes back to you.
What does it do with the non, like?
Are you trying to figure out how to poop in the suit? Is that what you're trying to do, Mick? You're trying to figure out how to poop in the suit?
No, I'm just saying, like, hey, if you did, then what? Because it takes water, but you still end up with the physical parts of things. I mean, even your sweat has like salt in it and stuff like that. What does it do with that? Do you get like a rock and you get to keep, or?
I don't know. I tragically didn't think that far through it. So yeah.
That's kind of cool to think about.
Yeah.
So a little rock secretion from your day out.
Don't say it like that.
And just get a little grater for your fries. And there, more seasoning, non-GMO seasoning, organic seasoning.
Yeah, I every time there's some kind of crazy technology in a movie, I'm like, okay, what's the realistic factor behind this? Like, how would this genuinely work? And like that means there's got to be like a little containment unit at the end that you open up, and there's like a little salt rock, and you're just like, all right, here we go. This is salt for the week. But yeah, have you guys ever lived in the desert?
Nope, I've lived here my whole life, so I'm in a semi-arid desert.
Fair. And Nikki, you've always lived in Anaheim, yeah?
No, I mean, I was born in Houston, but like I don't remember Texas too much.
Yeah, and Houston's not really a desert. It's more just humid all the time. Uncomfortable.
Yeah. But I had dessert the other day, if that helps.
Have you ever lived in a desert, Mick?
I have. I lived in the upper desert here in California. And I've spent my fair time in Vegas. So, but no, the upper desert here, it was like where I lived, literally the backyard of my house had a wall and then there was just sand.
Oh, whoa.
It just went for a while. And the desert's weird too, because it'll be like blazing hot during the day. And then one time it snowed at night. And then again in the morning, it was blazing hot again, Whoa. Yeah, the desert is a weird place.
Yeah, because like, I mean, it's a desert, so it's not going to get a whole lot of moisture. But then when you do get it, it's usually a lot in a short period of time. And then or it just randomly snows because temperature shifts like that happen in desert plains, and it's strange shit. That is for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. It kind of sucks.
Okay, so one of the things that kind of caught me off guard was the pronunciation of one name in the movie. I've always known it as the House Harkonnen, and they pronounced it Harkonnen in this one. That is the tribe of bald super soldiers led by Stellan Skarsgård and Dave Bautista.
If I had a nickel for every time in a movie someone just said something super out of whack that we all like knew was something else, I'd have a lot of nickels. So
yeah, I'd have a ton of nickels.
Yeah. Like I don't really know where to go there. It could just be like one person said it wrong and it was like, yeah, let's do it that way.
Yeah. It's just one of those situations. It's just weird. I don't know. It bothered me for like 5 minutes and then I let it go. Sort of. But the reason I ask is because I feel like that is a common thing in film. This last week, to tie into some of the other stuff we've talked about, this last week, Sci-Fi ran a wizarding week. So it was like all of the Harry Potter movies, and FCF, of course, huge Harry Potter nerd, like went to conventions, did all that stuff. She was like, this is wrong. They didn't say that name right. This whole thing is patterned incorrectly. And from what I remember from the 84 Dune, they just changed the way some of the things were said, some of the phrasings, but I think it has to do with the director being French. That might be part of it as well.
If I've learned,
right.
if I've learned right. Reading the book first is it just ruins the movie every single time.
Yeah.
It's because the book is always better.
Is it though?
Is it?
The book's not leaving things out of itself.
Are they?
Wait. Is there to tie this in, is there a movie you thought was better than the book?
Movie I thought was better than the book. I can't say that I've ever really read the book for anything.
Okay, fair enough.
Not even IKEA manuals. Like I just look at the pictures and just go from there.
You know what? There may be some movies, some books. Oh wait, never mind.
What?
I was thinking it the opposite way. I was like, wait, there are some books better than the movies, but then again, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, there's a few.
Granted, I like watching the movies more because it's visually.
Yeah.
Not so much visually.
I wanted to point out that we have this super cool Christmas throw of Spider-Man. Nikki and I were talking before we started recording. Mickett, have you seen the new trailer for No Way Home yet?
Oh my God.
Yes. I wanted to dovetail into this because
yes.
Dune, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to make a pause because this is important.
Yes. Holy shit.
One of the most important trailers of not just the year, but our lifetime.
This Christmas.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I'm so pumped for literally the entire time I was watching it, I was like, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. It just got better and better. Like they really just were like, hey, I think we know what the fans want on this one. Let's just keep going.
100%.
So many insane things.
Yeah.
You're not Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I also loved that they made fun of Doc Ock's name.
Yeah.
My name is Dr. Octavius. And he's like, wait, really? Yes. He's like, that's your name?
Also, another great Zendaya movie.
Yes. There's a lot of speculation about that final shot.
Yeah.
So that was not by me. FCF gets credit. She's the one who pointed that out to me. But like, I have a feeling just by watching the trailer, we are definitely seeing at least Tobey Maguire, if not Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I think Tobey Maguire is Black Spider-Man in this one.
Or, hear me out, we get a completely new Spider-Man.
Ooh.
And it's
Think
Val
I might
Kilmer.
get some Miles Morales in there.
And it's Val Kilmer.
They did have one thing that I noticed when I was watching it this morning. There's a scene, it's kind of towards the end, of a girl in purple and red hair running. And I wonder, are they alluding Mary Jane herself is going to be in there? Because isn't this MJ a Michelle? Like, we might actually have a redheaded Mary Jane.
That's the idea is that Zendaya is actually, yeah, she's Michelle is her name.
Wait,
Yeah.
Hear me. The redhead in the purple. What if instead, because we're in so many multiverses, that it's Daphne from Scooby-Doo?
I thought that too, to be honest. I thought that as well.
Well, they do make a Scooby-Doo reference, so it would kind of make sense.
Very much so.
I'm kind of curious to see, like, I love that. So we know we got Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin. We know we have Sandman, Lizard, Doc Ock, and Electro. Like,
with his original mask looking so sick.
That was so cool. When I saw that, I was like, oh,
wow.
Oh shit, that's awesome. I could see them going like a Miles Morales direction, because I from what I'm hearing, Marvel's concerned they're going to lose Spider-Man again. And then on top of that, Tom Holland might be out. So I heard he might be done. Like, he might just be tired of playing Spider-Man.
Wow.
I could be wrong. This is all speculation. So comments, please tell me that we're screwing this up. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, like this video, and comment. Help us bolster the algorithm. I suck at this thing often. Also, if you're listening to this on our on all the audio networks, rate and review on Apple, Spotify, all that shit. Help get this out to your friends, and tell a friend. We're doing well on the audio side. We average like 15 to 20 downloads a week, which is great for something that's brand new. So yeah, tell your friends. Be like, hey, I have this weird podcast with these 3 guys that I listen to that talk about nerd stuff, and it's fun.
These 3 random dudes.
Chilling done.
Hey, so hear me out before we get back to Dune, because we've definitely sidetracked. When Spider-Man comes out, we should do an episode on obviously on Spider-Man, but we all have to do it dressed as Spider-Man, as a Spider-Man.
Okay, done.
Only way to work, but one of us has to be Val Kilmer. So
I'll just put on a Batman mask and just say, "Chicks dig the web," you know,
or just to be really old and tired. That would work.
I already have that locked in. I mean, I got a birthday. I got a birthday coming up, and I'm tired. So,
wait, when's your birthday?
Sunday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you.
How old are you gonna be? 19, 20?
35. Well, so the thing I heard about Tom Holland, I don't know. I can't find any evidence that it's true, so I'm probably just conjecture. But I heard that he was kind of just like spent playing Spider-Man and wanted to try something different.
Doug, I will tell you right now, you very rarely in your career of anything get to be a part of something where multiple movies just keep being bangers. Like, the only actor that I know who's been able to successfully pull this off is Harrison Ford. That's it.
It's very true.
He should get 1 or 2 movies in more, and then then maybe try something else. But like, this is a rarity, and like, everybody in Marvel really lucked out hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's also got Uncharted coming out.
which I'm not sure that he should be that guy, but
Mark Wahlberg as Sully, give me a break. That's terrible casting. But I like Tom Holland better as a young Nathan Drake than I do Mark Wahlberg as Sully. But that's another story for another show.
Yeah.
Back to Dune. What house would you want to be a part of?
Oh God. What was the name of the houses again?
So there's House Atreides, which is the house that Paul, Leto, and Jessica are all from, the main house. Oscar Isaacs and Timothy Chalamet. Then you have House Harkonnen or House Harkonnen with the Baron and the soldiers. Then you have the Bene Gesserit, which are the witches. And there's one more house. What?
You can only be a lady in the Bene Gesserit.
Technically, yes, but Paul is touched as the voice.
So, yeah, that's true.
And they are pissed that she trained him in the way.
Yeah.
So,
see, I'd want to be part of the one with Drax, the Destroyer, but like I don't know how I'd feel about not having any hair. Like most of my head is hair, so like I'd look like a weird like thumb.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So I think I'm gonna take the one with Poe Dameron. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so you'd be part of House Atreides. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, everybody's gonna die, but like, hey, like I'm gonna die anyways, I guess.
What about you, Nick?
That seems to be the only logical one. Like I'm not gonna be a lady witch, and I don't want to be a bald, creepy thing, And then
so
I don't
taking
want
the side of the humans.
Yeah, I don't want to live in the sand. I hate sand. It gets all over the place.
Oh yeah, the Fremen would be the other house.
Yeah. No. I want to hang out with the normal humans who got the little force field sweater.
Those suits were
thing they wear.
Those force field suits were awesome because like I feel like they would work well in modern combat because Jason Momoa says it specifically, and so does Josh Brolin. Sorry that I'm forgetting characters' names. Duncan Idaho is Jason Momoa's character, but like the slower the blade, is the only way to get through the armor. So like you wear the armor, and if you're moving quick or it's a bullet, it's gonna bounce off of you, or it has to remain sustained and move slowly.
Yeah, I think I could probably use one of those suits like every day. Just shit seems to always be hitting me at super high speeds, and it's really annoying. So it'd be tight to just be protected for a second.
Give you time to move.
You know what? I'm starting to realize that I don't really care for Aquaman's character.
Duncan Idaho.
I for some reason I can never call people by their actual names. I just know them as characters from other movies. What's his name in real life?
Jason Momoa.
That's what it is. Jason Momoa. I feel like, and it's not that I hate his character or the characters that he tends to play.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we kind of need them, but like it's always like every time he gets cast, it's always like do you need a mixture?
The same character.
Yeah. Like, do you need a mixture of like off-brand beer and AC/DC music? Because this is Jason Momoa, and that's not a bad thing. Like I said, we need that kind of character in a lot of things, but like he's not my vibe. Like I'm never like, that's my favorite character. It was like, whoa, all the time. I'm like, I need somebody who's got a little more to him.
Yeah.
A little more Dune-ness, But
that's fair. I would probably also go with House Atreides, although I wouldn't mind being a Bene Gesserit, just because I think it'd be kind of interesting to be able to use your voice as a weapon. I like how it's for the music nerd in me, it has to be a specific pitch for it to work correctly. So like she keeps telling him like use the right tone, find the right pitch. And then when he does it, she's like, you did it. And then the rest of the Bene Gesserit are like, why does he know how to do that? Like, you swore you wouldn't teach anybody else. And now they're just like, fuck it, fine. You've already taught him. You didn't give us a daughter. Fuck you. Teach him the way. He will find some way to fuck it up, I'm sure.
I want to make a meme of the Bene Gesserit being like, use the right tone, and it's him on stage. We'll just Photoshop his head onto a guitar player on stage, playing with the little on his pedals. Like, oh yeah, hold on, yeah, I got it. Yeah.
If you make that, I will post it everywhere.
Oh, no way, I got it. Hold on. It's gonna take a minute.
Oh my god, that's so good. So then I guess the only other thing we can really talk about now is, do you think that it has the potential to be a strong trilogy, or are we worried that we're going to run into a third trilogy Star Wars moment where first one was pretty good, second one fucks everything up, and then the third one tries to fix it and ends up being not great?
Well,
according to some people,
the director, the same director and the same writer who has its one cohesive vision, anything's possible.
That's
true. If you're gonna do one movie, scramp out and have somebody who doesn't follow your vision or the lore of the entire lore. Yeah, you're gonna make a complete abomination like the sequels in Star Wars was.
Yeah, sad. I agree. Yeah, sad but true indeed. And yeah, I think that's the other part of it too, is like they're already having, like, they were going to do a spin-off series, like a prequel series on HBO Max. And then the writer, John, I want to say Spates, said, no, we're going to scrap that for now. We're going to put it on the back shelf so I can focus on writing part 2. And so that, I think that's a big part of it as well, Nick, is like both Denny and John are going to work together and continue that continuity. Also, I found out on the IMDb page under goofs, it says that director Denis Villeneuve changed the pronunciations of certain phrases and words because of his preferred language, not what Frank Hebert had for the actual, like, he has recordings of how he pronounced everything. So the change names are due to director's choice, not because they just didn't know how to say it. It was a decision.
Wow. What a guy.
I don't understand why you would do that. Why did you do that?
Imagine
like, did you write?
Imagine if later on, like the last 3 Star Wars movie, they just started calling him Jedi. And
we all hear what's Jedi.
Yeah.
Or like if your name is Han or Han and they call you Han.
That's Han Solo over there. That's if someone from like Long Island took over the pronunciation. Look over there, Han Solo.
Yeah.
So, okay, real question. What do you guys think was in the box?
Oh God.
I think maybe like a heat bulb. You know, just got hotter. But then again, it didn't burn him, so I don't know. My ex-wife.
I can't think of it. Like I want to like look it up, but I'm preventing myself from doing so. I don't know. Maybe there could be like a universe. There could be something.
A universe?
I don't know. I watched Shang-Chi, so like that's in my head too.
I would say his hand hurt from a universe, like everybody was stabbing his hand at the same time.
Maybe. It could be like a snake.
what if it's like that stuff from Fight Club?
Oh, shit. Like that acid?
Yeah, where he like burns his hand.
Oh man.
I try to imagine it's something like that. Or maybe just he has cinnamon allergy and if spice in there.
That was, or it could just all be psychosomatic.
Yeah, they just told him that it hurt. He's like, go.
Everyone told me this was gonna hurt. Are you guys excited? Like, are you ready for like 2023 when the next one comes, or are you just like, when it's here, I will watch it?
When it's here, I'll watch it because I mean it was a cool movie, but I wasn't like invested in it. Like if this movie never came out, my day would be the same.
Okay.
And if they didn't make the sequel, I'd be fine. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think like it has like some cool buildup from like the old ones and stuff like that, but not enough for me to be like, oh my God, like I needed a new Dune movie. I was excited, I guess, that they were making it, and I watched it, and it was pretty good. But yeah, I gotta agree on this one. Like, if it doesn't happen, or if it does happen, or if it comes out, like, okay, we'll see what happens. Like, I think, especially based on what happened in this first one, this next one's really gonna have to like pick it up a lot, But then again, that's kind of what Dune is. Dune is just a slow desert movie,
Like Waterworld's a slow water movie.
And you know what? How can I be excited about anything else besides No Way Fucking Home?
That's
that's
true.
it. That is it. There's no other movies. I mean, yeah, Ghostbusters is cool. I'm kind of excited for that. But Spider-Man, that's the one. That's it. That's the new Dune. No, the Dune. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I mean, also, I think we're really talking to like kind of the wrong crowd. Like Dune was a serious movie when it came out.
Oh, yeah.
And like literally all of us when we were kids watched Spider-Man, and then we watched Spider-Man again, and then we watched it again years later, and now we're watching it again, just the best version of it, So
yeah, I could see that. And I remember watching the original Dune in my like best friend's living room and feeling like it was a 6-hour movie. And it's like 2.5 hours.
Is it
the original one is like, I think it's like 2 hours and 46 minutes.
Okay, I was gonna say it was like one of the longest movies of its time, right?
Yeah, it's 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. But I think there was a longer version that actually existed somewhere, like a David Lynch director's cut that's like 4 hours long.
Yeah, okay. I remember something like that. It was like something like,
yeah. So I think we've run the course of the Dune universe for now. The Duneverse. The Duneverse. Well, that is all the time we have for you today. Stick around and catch us next week here on YouTube or on your platform of choice. But with that being said, I'm Michael.
I am Nikki of House Misery.
And I'm the house box that you put your hand in.
Nice.
And this was a Star Wars podcast. We'll see you guys next time.